Have you ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly build wealth, while others struggle their whole lives just to make ends meet? That's the question at the heart of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, a book by Robert Kiyosaki that has become a classic in the personal finance genre.
The book is divided into 10 chapters, each covering a different aspect of personal finance, wealth building, and the mindset needed to achieve financial success. In this video, we'll be focusing on the first chapter, titled Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
The chapter begins with a story about Kiyosaki's childhood. Growing up with two dads, his biological father, whom he refers to as Poor Dad, and his best friend's father, whom he calls Rich Dad.
Poor Dad was a highly educated man who worked hard his whole life, but struggled to make ends meet, while Rich Dad was a high school dropout who became one of the wealthiest men in Hawaii.
My poor dad always told me to study hard, get good grades, and get a safe, secure job with good benefits. But my rich dad taught me something different.
He taught me to think like an entrepreneur, to take calculated risks, and to focus on building assets that generate passive income.
Rich Dad taught Kiyosaki that the key to building wealth is understanding the difference between assets and liabilities. Assets are things that put money in your pocket, like rental properties or stocks that pay dividends. Liabilities are things that take money out of your pocket. The problem is, most people think their house is an asset, when in reality it's a liability. It takes money out of your pocket every month, in the form of mortgage payments, property taxes, and maintenance costs.
Rich Dad taught me to focus on acquiring assets that generate income, like rental properties or businesses, instead of liabilities like a fancy house or a luxury car.
And that's the key lesson of the first chapter of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. To start thinking like an entrepreneur, to focus on acquiring assets that generate passive income, and to understand the difference between assets and liabilities.
So, if you're ready to start thinking like an entrepreneur, I highly recommend you to read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It's a game changer.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more chapters.